up, you guys? Thank you for joining me for today's video. If you're new here, let me introduce myself. My name is Catherine and I'm a partial cash budgeter from Europe, more specifically the Baltic States. In today's video, we are getting ready for the next year, the new year. So for 2025, we are setting up the whole budget for the next year, looking at our priorities, at our savings goals, looking back, how much have we saved, how much do we have in our accounts, and so on. So if you're interested in this kind of content, then please consider subscribing and let's start planning out for the next year. Anyways, I'm super happy to be back with you guys and sharing the things that I do to reach my financial goals and to keep myself accountable and everything that comes with this beautiful thing that is cash stuffing and budgeting and so on. So today, the thing that I'm going to show you, we're not gonna write some numbers or anything like that, but we're going through the technical budget that I make every year, just to look back and look on the possibilities. What can we do with the money that we earn, and where can we earn more, and all of the beautiful things that comes with finances. And I will be showing you the setup, the setup that I use every year. I didn't share something like that in the previous year, so I'm happy to do that this year. And also I will be showing you a little bit more about my trackers, because I don't use the regular ones, so we're doing that as well. We're not cash stuffing anything today. It's just going to be more of a chit chat video where I just share the things that I do, and hopefully something is also interesting for you, so that you can reach your goals as well. But let's stop mumbling on and let's start with planning out the year, which, oh my god, it's a few days and it's 2025, so that's crazy. And with starting with the planning process, first of all, I do my planners every year myself, because this way I can add the things that I need there, and there's no problems with that something's missing in my planner or something is too much and I feel obligated to fill out some pages and so on. So the thing that I've done, this is something that I've taken with me from the previous year, so I took everything out that I need from the previous year and added the new pages for this year's planner, and let it be your year. Because this year I'm focusing on continuing the improvements that I started to make in the 2024, and it was full year of experiences, of growth, personal and financial growth, and professional growth. So finally, for the first time ever, I can say that it's not new year, new me, but it's gonna be new year, continuous me. So that's a good thing to start. And one of the things that I'm taking also with me from the previous year is nothing changes if nothing changes. So we have to evolve, we have to change our ways, we have to adjust them, and I think that's a beautiful quote to start your day by when you are planning out your days, your weeks, your months, your financial journeys, and so on. Let's move on to the next part, which of course I have my yearly overview, some important things. So many things going on in here. I still, as you can see, haven't filled out my goals, but those ones are more of or goals, so vision board and so on. That's something I do usually, or either on the 31st or on the 1st of January, depending on the mood. So I'm still thinking when I'm gonna do that. And then the first thing that we have come to is my finance tracker. And I don't color anything in, or I don't track it by coloring some beautiful icons and whatever. I have this finance tracker that shows me the situation on the 1st of January and on the last day of December. So I have right now already filled out some few places. So I have my online savings, my cash savings, and my debt balance. I don't think you can see here. Now you can see the debt balance. I'm so happy that that I have only 2 debts, and I did already make a sneak peek for myself on the situation on my phone and my earphones. And this year, so the next year, I'm already fine. I know already that I'm paying off my earphones, and I think in less than a year, I'm also taking out, or maybe at the end of the 2025, I'm also reaching my payment on the phone, so I will be free from that as well, and I will have only mortgage, so very excited about that. Next up, talking about cash savings. If you're not new here, you already know my setup, so I have both online savings and cash savings. Some of the online savings are also something that you see in my cash saving setup, but mainly that's because I just cash stuff and then add to my account in my bank. But so these are the ones that I don't use in online banking, so that's the reason for that. And of course, we're not going to be filling out anything in here because we will be doing that on the 1st of January, because all of the interest rates are coming in, everything is balanced out, and you can start from scratch as a new financial year. So that's the thing that I'm doing. And so the idea is that I'm tracking this information every quarter. So on the 1st of January, on the 1st of April, and so on. And at the end of the year, you can see the progress, how much have you saved, did you reach your goal if you had one, and so on. For example, this also is going to be the first year, so 2025 is going to be first year that I set up goals for these online savings, because usually it was only for the specific savings that I needed it. So for example, I have for London, I had for vacation, things like that, for heating, but I didn't have any, in a way, goals, or at least I'm trying to think of the best word, the best amount that I would feel comfortable with if I had it in my cash savings. So this is the first year that I'm doing that. And I will be, when we're going through my yearly budget, I will be explaining to you why it is so. So let's start with that, because that's exactly the next page that we are looking at. So, and the next page is the whole spreadsheet that I do on my Excel, on my computer. And then I just print it out and add to my planner, so I can see the amount and use it for planning out the month. Of course, I adjust it to the situation, to the amount, and so on. But this is something that shows me the possibilities, the reality, the situation on, and helps to decide on priorities, on goals, or to understand if something maybe isn't that possible, and it just shows the whole picture. And I took this paper because, of course, I do not show the division of my and my husband's income. I just show the full amount usually. So this budget shows the full amount, so, and divisions and so on. So I decided just to give you a quick preview. And then we are moving on to the bigger page, and I'm going to be showing you in a more better visual how it looks like. So anyways, let's just try to clean out our income. So that's the idea. So we have this spreadsheet that shows all of the categories that we have also in our wallet, in our budgeting system, everything. And it shows the full information of the whole 2.5 years. So first 6 months and the last 6 months. And let's just move on now to the full information. Also something that I'm going to be hiding, because of course it shows the same information just in a bigger picture and a bigger printout. So let's just do it like this. Let's zoom you in and let's go through all of the information that you can see here. So first of all, of course, it shows in this first line that I'm not gonna, maybe I can try to show it to you. Let's move it right here. So, for example, it shows the planned income for every month. So in January we have planned so. Then it shows all of the division, how the income is spread out. So it's me and my husband's salary, or his side of the salary that he just allocates to our family budget. Then we have everything that our state plans out to pay out. So for example, this year we also have some changes in the taxes, so we are getting more of the salary that we have earned, and also my kid gets plus 15 euros, I think so, because of these changes. So very excited about that. Plus 55 euros every month coming into our account. Then we also plan, for example, let's try to move it along, those parts that we know that we can show. So for example, we have these, so usually we get only these 90 euros, that is from our state, from the state to my toddler. And in the same time, there are a few months that we get more, because those months we have some extra things happening. So for example, tax returns. Then we had this mortgage tax return. So many things that can adjust to our budget, and automatically we get more income, and we can also get more information, more money to allocate to our savings. Then we have, of course, when we are planning to use our sinking fund for heating, for example. We also have family Spotify plan, so I add this to income as well. So this is the way that our income works. And then of course we start with the full plan out. What can we reach? We need to understand our goals. We need to understand where we want to put the biggest money amount. And then after that, we can just set up the budget. And this is really self-explanatory. So I just add the amounts that we need to pay for our needs. So kindergarten, our apartment, insurance, everything that you can think of that is obligate to pay. Then we have our debts, because that for me is the second most important thing. Then technically in the middle we have all our savings. Let's just move it up. So technically we have all of our savings, but and the daily expenses are downright. But since the downright expenses doesn't change, and we leave them the same as they are, and we have done it for the last 2 years, and weirdly enough we have stick to our budget, so I'm very proud of us, although the increase in prices have been enormous. So that's a really good feeling to see that we still are on the same amount that we started 2 years ago. And then of course we have our savings. So this is the part that we start planning out everything that we have. So we add all of the needs, all of the debts, all of the fixed expenses that we know. So in here, then we have this part where we see how much do we earn and how much is left over after the amounts that I have already added in my spreadsheet. And in the end, I can see how much I have left over for any savings that I've planned on using. The next thing that I do, of course, I start thinking about the priorities. What do we have this year? So first of all, if you look at our for example, first month, and you look at our savings, both savings parts, this is more of a sinking fund, this is more of a long-term sinking fund. You can see the biggest amounts shows our biggest priorities. So for example, I have left out 1 month ahead, because this is something that I don't allocate money every month. But if we are left over with something, we use it for that, because this is not our first priority when we are talking about savings. Then the second biggest amount for any savings is our vacation. Then we have my retirement. Then we have our heating bill. So since in the same month that we have our heating bill, we also have our tax return for heating bill. So of course the money is going back into the savings account and we're not using it. Then we have the small amounts that we know. For example, I have made some little changes in here because I already went through all of my binders So the process also is that I'm going through all of my binders, I'm looking at the situation there, and I'm trying to understand which envelopes do we need to fill this month, maybe which ones we don't. And here comes also the next year's new goal, that I'm putting amounts that I would like to see in my cash envelopes for short-term sinking funds, which would make me feel at peace, at ease. And it's not that all of these categories will have its goal or its valued amount, let's call it like that, but in the same time, it just gives me approximately the idea how much money I would like to have on those envelopes. And once I reach it, I can just decide on the next priority that I have, that maybe I don't need to allocate the money that month. And when we have done that, so we have added to our first and main priorities, we have added to those short-term sinking funds that we know that we need. So for example, coffee, insurance, car, some presents, personal care, Christmas. Then we can start on adding to those that we are left over with, or understand what's the situation if we have something that we can take out or exchange or anything. It can be anything actually. And as you can see, I already mentioned in the beginning of the video when we were talking about financial tracker, on the month of June, I already have 8 euros less on my Apple phone, because this is the last month. So May is going to be the last month when I'm paying for my earphones. So I'm adding those 8 euros and just saving it up. And after a while, I can just pay faster. But actually, I'm going to be putting those 5 euros into another goal, because as I have said in my videos previously, this debt is 0 interest, so I don't have to overpay if I pay the whole amount in the whole term. So I have 36 months and I can just pay it off in these 36 months, and I don't have any interest that is occurring because of that. So that's why I just I look at it as a regular payment, as a regular payment for some service that I get. So I'm not looking at it as a debt for, and I know that's not correct. It's still debt. If I can't pay it, I have to give my phone back, but I trust in my process and I know that it works really good for me. So yes, and of course you can see there are a few lines that we have clean out, because this payment is something that we do only once per month. The same thing is, for example, I exchange these amounts, and this is where the goal comes in. If I have the goal at the end, I can just check. So for example, I have a goal of 100 euros in gifts. When I reach the goal, I can just clean out these and add this to another priority. So that's why I have decided to try out the goal system, just to look how it changes and adjusts my budget on its own way, just by having this goal. So we will see how that works as well. Then something that is changing in my budget is also that I'm exchanging one fixed expense for myself. So I'm taking 10 euros out of my personal envelope and allocating to my what's it called? So for my printer, technically. So for the supplies for my printer, because that's something that I'm giving for myself, because I'm the one that is using it the most for any planners and things like that. So I just need to replenish the coloring. And that's why I have decided just to take out the 10 euros from my personal envelope and add to the printer envelope. That's one thing. Then the next one is, for example, we have rounded up and made it bigger, the Christmas envelope, because I understood that this year we have had enough money. We still have a quite amount left over, but in the same time I would like to have more of it, just to have that ease feeling, that I know that I have everything planned out, I have everything that I need. Also, if anyone comes to visit us, we can just go to the store, buy everything that we need, and we don't have to think about it. So that's that as well. And basically that's it. This is my process. And when the weekly cash stuff for the first month is gonna come, I'm gonna be using this one. And technically I've been using it for all of the previous year. I have had this kind of spreadsheet in my planner for the whole time. When I'm planning it out, I have these approximate amounts, and when I really plan the precise amount for the precise month, I just use it. I just take it out, I adjust it, and that's the way I do it. So, and I have all of the possibilities to always check on it, to know what my amount is, what we have planned, because I use here the smallest amount that we can gain. So that's that. And if we look back more about the amounts that and the savings itself, so mostly the part that we are looking in when we are planning out the budget for 2025 is again our priorities. So this is the thing that I have done. So I have added our long-term sinking fund in a way the same that we have it in as a priority. So we have London, so my trip, we have our family trip that's coming up actually only in 2026, but we have a really big amount that needs to be saved. And because of that, we are starting right now and we are skipping 2025 for vacation. We are adding automatically on the vacation 2026. So every spare amount that we will have at the end of the month is going either on vacation or 1 month ahead, because right now our emergency fund is fully funded. So we can move on to the next one, which is 1 month ahead. Then of course we have our heating bill that needs to be saved up in summer. We have our renovations that right now we are just tracking. We're not adding anything to those. Then as per usual, we have my toddler, which gets his amount every month. And of course security, which is a payment that we do once per year. And of course, all of the regular, our cash stuffing for our short-term sinking fund are also added here. So that's that about the planning situation. Let's just move on to our budgeting. So, and as you can see, nothing is changing. Everything is staying the same when we are looking at our planner for budget. So I'm using the same spreadsheet that I've been using for the last 2 years. I love it. I took it as inspiration from the Budget Mom. I loved the setup, but at the same time, I didn't need so much categories there, so I just used it in this way. I'm still using weekly check-in. I loved it last year, so I'm continuing on doing that. And of course, I will be using the monthly spreadsheet to track my payments, everything that needs to be paid, because that has been working out for me the best. I don't have to stress about if I have paid it, because I don't like automatization on payments. So I love that I can see and pay out everything that I need. So this is something also that I'm going to be doing probably on the 31st or something like that, because this year I'm getting paid on the 30th of December. So I still don't know precise amount that's coming into my account. So it's better to not start planning something that you don't know. But of course I have this budget that I can use as an idea. So yes, as I said, the budget and weekly check-in is not changing. So everything is staying the same. We are looking at the same planner that we used for the whole year. And I'm very excited about starting to use our new planner. And as always, starting of the new year, this time on 2025 is something that I'm very excited about. I love the refresh feeling that you get on the new year. Although you can start everything if you want right now, you don't have to wait until the first day of the new year. But in the same time, it gives you such a beautiful feeling to start from scratch if you feel that you haven't done the 100% that you wanted last year. So it gives you a fresh start, and I love the fresh start feeling. In the same time, as I said, I'm continuing my journey on being the best version of myself, being the best mom, being the best wife. So that's our goal for 2025. And I hope it's going to be your goal as well, because if we are the best versions of ourselves, we also are the best versions for our family. But right now, let's stop with the 2025 talks because it's not still here. For now, I'm saying thank you for sticking with me this year. We still will be having a video on our cash stuffing, of course. And if we look at the situation and the plan that I have right now, I'm still gonna post another video after this one, which we are looking back at 2024. So we are not still saying goodbye in this year, but right now we are saying goodbye for this video. Thank you for being with me on this video, and we will see you in my next one. Bye!